What if 20 lines of code beat most traders' intuition? Today we're pulling real stock data and analyzing it with pandas. I like this project because stock prices are the friendliest possible introduction to time series. Everyone already knows what a closing price and a moving average sort of mean, so you're learning the tool, not the domain. Here's the shape of it. Get the data, make dates the index, plot it, then risk sample and roll. For steps, each one small, and by the end we've got a real analysis notebook. If Finance hands you a clean multi-ticker data frame in one call. No scraping, no API keys. Notice I'm downloading both tickers at once instead of two separate calls, since Finance already aligns them on the same date index for free. Think of the index like a book's page numbers instead of loose sticky notes. Once dates are the actual index, pandas can jump straight to any day instead of hunting row by row. That's what a datetime index gives us and almost everything downstream. Resampling, rolling windows, slicing by date range depends on it being real dates, not just date-looking text. Finance gives us that for free, but I'm showing the manual fix because you won't always be so lucky. Picture the downloaded table like a spreadsheet with two stacked header rows. The top row is open, high, low, close. The second row is which ticker. Because we downloaded two tickers together, the columns are grouped by field first. So pulling close just slices off that top row, leaving one clean two-column data frame, already lined up by date. Because the index is dates, Matplotlib just knows to lay the x-axis out chronologically. You don't format anything by hand. This one line is basically the payoff for setting up the index correctly earlier. Resample is like Group B, but for time, it buckets rows into weeks or months, then you tell it how to collapse each bucket. Taking the last value of each period is the standard way to downsample a price series, since it's the price the market actually closed at. The rolling window just averages the last end days at every point, sliding forward one day at a time. The 20-day catches short-term wiggles. The 200-day smooths out everything but the big trend. Traders watch where these two lines cross. That's literally the whole idea behind the golden cross signal. Price tells you direction. Volume tells you conviction. A price move on huge volume means a lot more than the same move on a quiet day. Pulling it out is identical to what we did for close, which is the nice part about a Finance consistent structure. That's the whole thing. One download, 3 plots, and 2 resampled data frames sitting there ready for more digging. I made one honest mistake the first time I wrote this. I forgot the 200-day average needs 200 days of history before it produces anything. So my chart started with a suspicious flat gap of nans I couldn't explain for 10 minutes. When you run this end to end, the first plot shows 2 price lines drifting apart over 2 years. Then the moving average chart shows that tight 20-day line chasing the price while the 200-day line lags behind like a slow-moving trend indicator. The volume chart is the fun one. You'll spot obvious spikes right around quarterly earnings, even without labeling the dates. If you want to push this further, Bollinger Bands are a natural next step. It's the same rolling mean you already have, plus a rolling standard deviation for the upper and lower bands. My honest opinion, moving average crossover strategies are wildly overrated as actual trading signals, but they're a fantastic exercise for practicing rolling windows and conditional logic in pandas. We went from raw downloaded data to a full time series analysis with trend lines and volume comparisons, and every technique here. The daytime index, risk sample, rolling, transfer straight to sales data, sensor data, anything that moves through time. That took me a decade to learn. Takes you a second to subscribe.